blessed ones of the nations of the world. This is your brother Dan Moses, or say our Sakodi of TRC, Ghana, coming your way with the expose testimony New World Disorder from the land of my exile, America, where I'm being murdered by the US government in collusion with the government of Nana Addo Akufo in secrecy, murdering me in all treachery, in all craftiness. I still want to welcome you to the program Testimony New World Disorder by saying to you, you are welcome. Akwaba, Allen, Sahalen, Shagitam, welcome, Inganjoni, Vindo, you are welcome one more time. Kuso, Diwo, to Sanyusenyo, Ukukulaba, Mauya, Mingalaba, Boye, Malamu, Karibu, Ekabo, no, O, Sanu, Bezua, Enkwandehena, Mitash, Duboro, Pejalovat, Bine I Vinit, Barigalus, Tibita Iche, are you born? Dobridoya, welcome, Estan, Ozut. Walang Aduman, bienvenido, namaste, swagatam. Kush Amadid, Baruch, Haba Marhaba, Wang Yong Haminida, Wang Ying, Nyejeko, Anyamime Nyejeko, Wezolo Novio Miawezo, Akwaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder. Testimony New World Disorder is a program through which we get to know what is happening to Ghana, America, humanity, and the nations of the world in these times of global deception, delusion, and lies that are willfully made up by some of the very people that we trust to be there for humanity, that we trust to be there for the nations of the world, and yet have chosen to be the very people that are dealing with us so treacherously by deception, delusion, and lies, and willful cruelty, diabolical, humanly unthinkable, diabolical agenda. But we are not moved for the fact that God has not left this world in control to men. No matter what men do, he is in total control behind the scenes. He is in control by the world. So we are encouraged and we are blessed to have also what to do, to know what to do, even in these programs as well. So Akwaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder, and Akwaba to the exposés, which is leading us to know and to understand that what is happening to humanity and the nations of the world is way beyond the evil against human body, human mind. And no, it is a thing that is coming after. Global wicked forces are coming after your soul. No matter who you are, that is the agenda, to seek your soul, to get destroyed, to destroy it. And therefore, you must start thinking about God and start thinking about where to the redemption of your soul and where to spend eternity, because life on earth is not forever. Blessed ones, Akwaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder. We have gotten to understand that way before Barack Obama became president, during the era of His Excellency George W. Bush and John Akufo, there was no human being on the surface of the earth called Bin Laden. He was long dead. However, as a result of wickedness and evil that men glory in, this must be kept a secret, and innocent life had to be destroyed on the nations of the world in the name of hunting down for a man that they knew was long dead. This whole evil was going to eventually be exposed, and therefore a new way has to be found of as the world runs on violence, wars, fears, rumor mongering, diseases, poverty, things that bring down the soul. Such things are what the world runs or operates by. Uh, they are the driving force behind the world. So, uh, as they could no longer perpetrate their crimes against humanity on the back of hunting for a man that was long dead and was not in existence, they they must find a means to conceal their evil by devising another means that they could use to exploit to continue their war, to continue inducing fears into the hearts and minds of humanity, to keep humanity down and keep them in control. So in order for them to have an alternative agenda to their agenda of waging war on the back of a man that was long dead, way in the days of George W. Bush and John A. Akufo, they have to set up an orchestration which would be more damaging, devastating, uh, that they perpetrate global terror against humanity, which the Bible calls Jacob's trouble, um, which the believer, the Christian, knows it to be uh, great tribulation, which winds thereof shall eventually lead to what is called Armageddon war, which kind of war has never been in the history of the world. Uh, you know, the First World War, the Second World War, the wars of Iraq, the consequence of, the terrible effect of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the Agent Orange, these have not brought any lesson to the warlike, those that delight the war, um, global war, industrial machinery. This has not sent any lessons to them, no matter the terrible consequence that the First World War continues to have on humanity, the Second World War continues to have on humanity, and the wars in Iraq, Libya, Syria, no matter the terrible consequence. Um, so, to these forces that are driving the agenda of coming after the souls of humanity, to them, their kind is exactly one of them. I will not say their kind. One of them is the head of the World Health Organization, who the a man from India, World Health Organization boss. You see, to them, even as this day, innocent individuals in Vietnam are being born with all kinds of birth defects, although they were not alive at the time that terrible war was engaged in. To them, innocent children that are being born in Iraq as a result of the uranium depleted bombs that were used on innocent children and innocent women, pregnant women, and the consequence being so terrible today on generations that were unborn as at the heat of the war. To the perpetrators of this global agenda, um, their kind is the head of who? Their mind mentality. To them, the consequence of the many wars and the many helplessness of humanity is your destiny. It is our destiny. You understand? It is just like he, as an Indian, seeing the Jawares of India. They are subhuman to their system and must be relegated from the Indian society because um, they see them as not human like they are. You understand? So to people who have such mentality that the innocent Iraqis being born with unthinkable birth defect, that is their destiny. They will not attribute it. They will not even recall, that it is the consequence of those evils that men do that the innocents are suffering. But they would like to identify the helpless and the innocent that are being born, the devastating effect that the many wars is having on humanity. They would like to uh, tag you as a devil, like supposing, like an example, the innocent children that are being born in Iraq and those that are being born with a terrible birth effect in Vietnam. These global wicked forces that are behind the coming after of our souls, to them, uh, such children that are being born, they must be identified as devils, and it is their destiny that has resulted, that has that is being reflected. You understand? Somebody go drops bomb and destroy lands and destroy innocent people. Generations are being born with the consequence of the war being reflected. To them, no, it is the destiny of those that are being born with the defects that is being manifested. So those innocent are rather devils. The droppers, those that drop the bomb, they are not devils. Those that kill the innocent, they are not devils. But the innocent that are being born, humanity and the nations of the world, I want to tell you that no matter the helplessness that you are seeing today, whether it is childlessness, whether it is the loss of a brother, father, sister, whether it's the loss of innocence, like that is like the innocent in the land of Ghana, those that consequence, that terrible thing that you are suffering, it is not because you are a devil. It is not because those Ghanaians whose life have been taken by these global wicked forces. It is not because they are devils. That is why it has happened to them. But it is because of the evil that men do, the evil agenda to go after the souls of humanity. That is why humanity has to live in fear now. That you see your fellow human being and you must uh, give a space. You understand? You can't even breathe. It is all geared towards their agenda. So don't let them put you down. As you are feeling the consequence of their evil, the impact of their evil, they want you to they want to subhuman you, denigrate you, they want to beat, they want to call you Satan. You are the devil. You understand? Okay. So know that God knows you and you are in his plan, you are on his mind. His counsel is to redeem you from the evils of these forces, humanity and the nations of the world. So let's get that established. Mr. John Ejekum Kufuor, in him was this agenda. Nana Addo Akufo Addo, in him is this agenda. There are many on the nations of the world that are pushing that diabolical agenda. Humanity and the nations of the world, upon they realizing that with their clicks in America, they realizing that they can no longer continue to pursue that evil of war on terror on the back of a man that was long dead. They decided that they must lay secret bond with this US undercover agent. This US undercover agent who has become or and is the epitome of all the global evil, what is happening to humanity and the nations of the world. She is the carrier, she is the epitome of it all. And these global stakes are all living in worship of this evil woman whom they used in a setup agenda against me. You know, humanity and the nations of the world knows that the truth is, as at today, it is no secret to the human race as to how we, the African people, suffer so many injustices, unfairness, degradation, wickedness, while the world turns its eyes away, which thing has been totally unacceptable to humanity, and we have been fighting and pressing on to put the African people on their rightful place in the world map and in the place of the world. When these forces decided to pursue the agenda to come after the souls of humanity, to come after your soul, to come after my soul, when they decided that they must find an alternative to wage their war, to destroy innocent life, to induce fear in humanity, to run the global market, the stock market, when they decided to do that, they used this undercover agent to come set me up, that I become the individual, this African become the individual whom they shall exploit, persecute, destroy, to further their agenda of seeking to destroy the souls of humanity, to destroy my soul and to destroy your soul. Ghana, humanity, we must understand that this woman was sent not to destroy my body. Her mission with the global forces was to come after my soul, to come after your soul. And she was and is so willing to carry out her mission to the point that she was willing to see her father die, to have the global forces standing on my back to do their global evil against humanity. She hates me so much that she would want to see her own father die. When an opportunity has dawned that we get her father saved from death, because of her dedication, her commitment to the global evil agenda, she must have her father die. For me to go see her father, that will do what must be done for the saving of her father's life. No, she would that her father should die than to see her father alive and to see the liberation of my children and to have their evil global agenda being terminated, coming to an end. That is how much she hates me and hates my very soul. There is every reason why Ghana must understand, humanity must understand, that I should never have anything to do with this, the destroyer of my soul, the destroyer of your soul, because life is so precious. Eternity is too long that none should allow anybody to play with your eternity. Blessed ones of the nations of the world, I have taken a stand for Christ, and I urge you to also take a stand, because the evil days are here. Blessed ones, we would that we get a clearer understanding, we would begin from Ghana. We'll begin from Ghana and get to understand how Nana Addo Akufo Addo, Mr. John Ejekum Kufuor. Now, His Excellency Rawlings quite recently said something in reference to Mr. John Ejekum Kufuor. He called him before the eyes of the world that he is a constitutional terrorist. He said this concerning him. Blessed once there comes a time that you should no longer hold your peace and speak out what must be spoken. We shall start this whole expose from Ghana, that we get to know how I was sold by the wicked in Ghana into the land of America, and with this undercover agent, they, using my precious life in the stead of Bin Laden, who was long dead, to advance their global evil, which is geared towards the destruction of your soul, the destruction of my soul, and is geared towards a way greater war that humanity has ever seen. The First World War, the Second World War are nothing in comparison to what they have intended for the human race. The winds thereof is what we are seeing by the annoyance of coronavirus or the nonsense which they know doesn't exist. Yes, they know it is a global hoax against humanity. Therefore, I would urge you, uh, as an investigative journalist, we are all at stake here. What you can do for your nation and your people, what you can do for humanity, what you can do for God. It is not about this coronavirus. No. But being that this coronavirus agenda is being used to divert our attention from what they are doing to us. What you can do for your nation and for your people, what you can do for God. As an investigative journalist, as a media personnel, is to take on the mission on the behalf of humanity and on behalf of God. Go into the various hospitals, whether they call it infectious disease center or whatever it is. Go find out what is happening there. Go find out the truth for the sake of humanity and speak out. Go find out which human beings are they telling us have such coronavirus. Are they the agents of these global forces who are posing as patients? Are the news that are dumped concerning the numbers that are being manipulated? Which people are behind that? We all have to do what we can for the sake of humanity and the nations of the world to redeem your nation, my nation, from what is happening to us. This is just one thing that you can do. The coronavirus nonsense is just by the way. But the actual thing that they are doing to us is what I've told you, that they are coming after, agenda to come after your soul and my soul. So help us by taking upon yourself whatever you can do to tell your nation the truth, to liberate the world, to liberate humanity from this hijacking of the world You cannot fly. We can't gather and have sports. We can't do anything, and we must live. They want us to live with this for the rest of the world. I mean, for the so long as the world remains, they are not programming our minds to accept it as a norm. You understand? We cannot, and we must find a way to liberate ourselves out of this evil and press on to the redemption of our soul, your soul, my soul, and to the nations of the world. Blessed ones of the nation, according to the program Testimony, New World Disorder. You would need to know that why is it that these people didn't decide to go look for an European. They didn't say, let's go for an Asian, an Australian, and any American citizen. But let's go pursue this evil using the innocent life of an African. What kind of mind do they have? And what is their thoughts concerning the African people? We have been told slavery and human enslavement have been abolished. That was on paper. And we know the evil has continued to this day in all treachery. The hatred has continued in all diabolical manner. And the world has continued to fight it and fight it to no avail. What made them decide that it is the back of the African people that must be stabbed to pursue their evil, to seek to end the world? Why Africa? Why an African? Why Africans? Why? What kind of hatred is this? Humanity and the nations of the world. Akufo to the program Testimony New World Disorder. It is some of my own people of Ghana. Don't forget that have told us that Ghana and America are the two focal points. When I was in Ghana, I've told us that the command control center of the world now is in Ghana. When I was in America, I've told us that's what things that have unfolded in America. Now to tell you that you understand, these two nations, these two governments, the government of Nana Addo Dankwa and the government of Trump, the world should watch them very, very closely. As we are beginning to know from these exposés what they are doing to humanity, let's watch them very, very closely. You will realize that today is the 27th of August. I was supposed to have landed in Ghana this day. But the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, wanting the United Nations, the nations of the world, to see that they owe me as a Ghanaian citizen no obligation, no responsibility to, as a Ghanaian citizen, they don't owe me any responsibility. They must claim that on the 17th of August, they are taking Ghanaians that are in my situation to Ghana. In spite of how many times I have approached the embassy in my helplessness and I'm being murdered, supported by the government, they have continued to pay a blind eye to. 3 days to their so-called carrying Ghanaians to Ghana. They sent a treacherous email into my phone, my email accounts. Guess what? Knowing that I have no means, they have put me in total financial helpless situation. I have no means of financing myself back to my land. They have to play a treacherous game by giving me quarantine fees. which it is impossible for me to meet, so that they are taking Ghanaians home. But if I cannot finance myself to get back home, I should be murdered by the US government, supported by the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government. Today, the 27th, they are telling the world that they have sent Ghanaians from America to the land of Ghana. Ghana, your journalists should go find out. And the government of Ghana, do they owe the Ghanaian people any responsibility? And why are they giving me over to be murdered in America? And I've told us that it is all these hijacking of global airlines, all these coronavirus nonsense and global lockdown. The government of Donald Trump, the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, they know very well that it is all about fooling the world with their hatred for one African to get me killed. That is why they have to do this in line with the global agenda of coming after the souls of humanity. They must keep this African and find every means to murder him before the world will get to know what is being done to us. After they have killed my politicians, killed my diplomats, killed my religious leaders, Ghana must ask ourselves, since the nation began, since Ghana became a nation, when was the first time that criminals, when was the first time that a man of God was barbarously and brutally murdered in the house of God, so open? Like my Reverend Dr. David Nabemado was murdered in the sight of the church when I went to Ghana, and as a result of their hatred for me. When was the last time? And yet, we never saw that something was happening to the nation, because it's happening to a congregation, it's happening to a church. That is our mind. But the truth is, your soul, my soul, our souls, the souls of humanity are at stake. The global wicked forces are coming after our soul, not your life. Not just your life. And we must do what must be done, and must be done now. Let's end here and continue with what to do. This is just the introductory phases of what we need to know. We must begin unfolding things from Ghana. How they were able to get me into America, how they were able to go after my family, destroy my family, how they have been able to humanity and the nation. It is well. It is well. Let's get to what to do. In the next expose, we shall begin from Ghana. Today is Friday, the 27th of April. They had done everything to have prevented this expose. They have set up my brother in America here. I call him my brother. But God has made it possible. This expose has come on. We thank God, and it shall continue. This is just the beginning. God bless you. And God bless my homeland, Ghana. Bye bye.